everyone, this is HunterTube here, and we are back with another review on one of the best Trackmaster sets of 2018 ever made. And you should already know what it is. Yes, it is the Turbo Jungle set. Or else, the big set that tied into the movie Big World, Big Adventures. But you know what's weird? They don't even put the Big World, Big Adventures logo on the front. But it is on the side. Both sides. No, it's just on one side. Yeah. It's just on one side. So, either way, this is the Turbo Jungle set, and it comes with a special Turbo Thomas. So yeah. And here it's talking about the booster tracks and what it includes. Then over here in the corner we can see Thomas, Young Bao, and Nia. And then here's the components of everything, all the parts. And if you can kind of tell on the other side, I kind of ripped that because there was, of course, wrapping paper in that area. And the box was kind of ripped, saying it goes 2 times faster. And the booster track is in slow mode on that picture. And here's the back of the box. So yeah, it says Turbo Jungle set. Turbo Thomas can move twice as fast as standard Trackmaster engines, and he'll need that speed to escape the jungle. He'll even launch off the tracks and soar through the air into a temple, but booster tracks let kids control his speed. With the flip of a switch, they can send him racing faster in turbo mode and slow him back down. So yeah, it shows here, here's the Turbo Speed Thomas, and here's the set with collapsing palm trees and other things. And you can speed him up and slow him down. Also, in this, Thomas has a white visor, which is different to the one in the set. And then down here, you can see the other things you can get, like Thomas and Ace the Racer, Nia and the Elephant, Young Bao the Hero, which I all have and also reviewed, as well as Turbo Speed Thomas, Turbo Speed Percy, and Turbo Speed Diesel. So yeah, I reviewed all those as well. And the Boat and Sea set. So I'll put links to all of those in either the description or in like a thingy. So yeah, I already unboxed this set. I just reboxed Thomas. So let me just quickly get him back out. There, he is out. So before we look at Thomas and the turbo tracks, let's look at the instructions. So here's the instructions, and they're all in color. And it's actually a pretty good set of instructions. And yes, it came with stickers. This is the assembly. Put the batteries in. A Turbo Thomas with no decals. And then the track layout. And the before you play, and then the how to play. And then look here, it says this: the engine will turn off after 5 minutes to preserve battery life. It says that in this, but it says nothing about it in the single engine packs. What? Mattel misassembled their instructions for a third time now. Good going, Mattel. This is the third time you don't know how to make instruction sheets. First, you mess up on the box of the Scrapyard Escape set. Then you mess up on an Adventures packaging. And now you mess up on a Turbo Engine pack. Not the Jungle set, the engine packs. Good going, Mattel. You forget an important information piece. So yeah, now with those instructions out of the way, let's get to looking at Thomas. So here is Thomas. And I actually have to say this Thomas is sometimes I think it's a bit better than the normal one. And sometimes I think the normal one is better than this one. So here's the face. And it has mud on his face. And it only goes down here since he has his visor protecting his upper part. And then here's his side. And he has leaves on his side. And mud. Sadly, he didn't have muddy wheels to go with him. That would have been cool to have like muddy wheels with this thing. But Mattel never listens to us, right? Yeah. The only time Mattel ever listened to us was when they decided to make Thomas Wood painted. Here's the back, nothing special except for oval buffers. Then here's the other side, and he has more mud and leaves, and the wind is streaking there. And then here's the top, more leaves and wind, or is that rain? Nah, it's wind. So yeah, that was the Turbo Jungle Thomas. And now we're going to compare him to the normal Turbo Thomas. Alrighty, so here is normal Turbo Thomas, which I'm shaking here, and then here's Jungle Thomas. So here's the front. The only difference is that this one, it's like mud on his face, and then this one is just normal. Also, this one kind of has like a wonky eye here. Literally, the eye is about to get cut off. And this one's kind of looking over to the right. It's weird how these eyes are set up, basically. Then here's the sides. This one here is just normal-ish. And then the other one has jungle-ish details and everything. This would be much easier if I had like a camera thingy or like a stand to put these on. And then the backs are exactly the same. And then here's the other side. Nothing different. And then here's the top. Only difference is here. Now this one has like leaves and the wind streaking. Yeah, that was the Turbo Thomases. So, which one would you prefer to have? A normal one or a jungle one? Let me know in the comments which one you'd prefer to have. So yeah, now that we have the Thomases out of the way, let's look at the Turbo Tracks. So, this is the Turbo Track. I don't need to go over it very much since we've seen it like 3 other times already on my channel. So of course you switch this and it changes modes from turbo to slow, and here's the underneath. It actually looks cool on the underneath. I don't think I ever showed you the underneath. But yeah, that was the Turbo Track, and how it works is your engine comes along, then the tabs on the back hit the track, and then they go into turbo mode and then slow down. You'll basically see that in action throughout the set. So, yeah. Either way, let's now look at the set. Okay, so here is the set. So, first we're gonna take a look around it and show you what it looks like. So, here's the starting point, and Thomas goes turbo, and he knocks down these palm trees like whoosh, and he knocks down some more, then he does a little drift. And one curious thing about this drift thing, there are these holes on both sides, which makes me curious. Was there originally going to be some sign or something? Because now I'm curious what these holes are for. And because there's nothing to do with these holes on the instructions or the set. They're just there. So, does that mean in like the original version of the set, there was going to be something that these holes would have keyed into? I mean, I've seen the prototype version of the set, where the box actually said Jungle Escape Set. And then it had this weird Thomas and like more drift sections, like 2 extra drift sections. And literally it had no booster tracks, but somehow there was this thing that made Thomas go fast. I don't know what. But either way, you continue onwards, then you go up here, and then you come to the launcher. And this is where the action happens. So, if you want him to go flying, you pull this back, and then if you just try to trigger it like this, it won't go. So yeah, they put a safety feature in this thing to make sure like your fingers aren't in the way when you launch it, because they don't want you to hurt yourself. So it's a good thing that safety feature's there. And the only way to actually make it go is to that wasn't supposed to happen. You push the gates through, and then it'll do that. So yeah, and then they'll either go flying, and then they'll come back there, or they could go down the secret path, go around, and come there. So yeah, that's the set, and now we're gonna give Thomas a little demonstration run on it. But before we do give Thomas a demonstration on this set, there's a little story about this Thomas. This Thomas had the same problem as my first turbo diesel. He burned out. So yeah, his motor literally burned out, and I actually fixed him. Because here is, I'll get this Thomas, because this Thomas still has his original motor, see? See, he still has his original motor, and this Thomas I actually fixed. See, I fixed him. So yeah, there's no trickery. I didn't buy a new set or anything. I fixed him. So yeah, now we are going to give Thomas a little demonstration run on this set. Okay, so we're going to start Thomas here, and we're going to watch him run through. So here we go. He's going to pick up speed, knock over some palm trees, and sometimes he slows down like that. Now he's going to fly! That was fast. And now he's going to take the secret path down under. And he derailed because I put a point switch there. He's going to come back around. So yeah, that was how it works. Now I'm going to give Thomas, Jungle Thomas, and all the other turbo engines a bit of a run on this set. In 3, 2, 1, Go. So yeah, there was your run. I know it was kind of crazy and strange with all the engines crashing and the hands appearing everywhere to fix everything. But yeah, I'd give this set a perfect 10 out of 10. But the weird thing about it is that both Thomases sometimes fail, but Percy and Diesel survive. I am confused about that. Why does Thomas fail sometimes when Diesel and Percy survive all the time? That is confusing. But either way, this is HunterTube saying thanks for watching and bye for now.